All right. So I will be talking about artificial intelligence and digital transformation, the buzzwords of the modern society. I will start with a question. How many of you are using artificial intelligence? Okay, that's pretty good. For those who didn't raise their hands, question, are you using navigation in your car? Spotify, Netflix, anything like that. And if you are using it, you're actually using AI. Let's start with a kind of what has happened at Microsoft. 5 years ago, we had new CEO starting Satya Nadella, and he brought in new vision, and we were pretty kind of arrogant in the background as kind of old Microsoft. And his vision is to bring more empathy into the business and empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. That's our mission. So it's all about humans. It's all about empowering everybody by using technology. Then if we think about kind of what has happened in the world, a couple of years back, everybody was talking about cloud first, mobile first world. Well, it happened already. Everything is mobile. Most of this stuff is in cloud already. Now what's happening is around kind of, there's going to be computing everywhere. So there's going to be intelligent edge, and there's going to be intelligent cloud. And everything will be people-centric and AI-driven. Let's take an example. So if you think about a company called Rolls-Royce, making jet engines for airplanes. And if you have a flight from Helsinki to JFK, New York, with a plane where is a Rolls-Royce engine in it, there is constantly sensors analyzing data in the plane. There's calculation power in the plane, so there's edge computing in there. It effectively sends data into intelligent cloud, in this case Azure, and that data is then connected in a way that if there is something going to be kind of wrong with the engine or there's some service need, when you arrive to JFK, there is already a service person with the correct spare part waiting for the plane. So effectively, what they've done at Rolls-Royce is that they changed their whole business model from selling airplane engines and service to those to actually sell flying hours. So basically, kind of connecting the data will be key for the future. Then if we think about what all businesses are thinking about, it's all about digital transformation. And I would argue that every single business is going to be a digital business. Every single business is going to be one way or another software business going forward. And what the customers and companies are thinking, how do I make sure that our employees are motivated and productive? How do I make sure that I engage with my customers and truly understand what my customer thinks and kind of build that trust and the kind of connection that the customer is willing to buy your products. Then the third one is around optimizing operations. So how do you make sure that you are as effective as possible and gaining competitive advantage from that? And the fourth one is around transforming products. So that enables digital transformation. But in order to do that, you actually need to have data. As Philip was mentioning, data is the nuclear power for the future. And I believe that we are responsible for making sure, all of us, that the data is used in the correct way. Technology as such is not good or bad, it's neutral. The question is, how do we use it? So first thing is that you would need to collect data from all different sources. And if you think about the capabilities of machine learning and artificial intelligence, when your data is in different silos, in different data centers, in different PCs and so on, you're not able to actually build AI models. So in order to succeed, you need to be able to collect the data from all applications, from all sources, from all sensors into one location. The second thing is that you need to build intelligence on top of it. And the third thing is to build action. So what are you actually going to do with the data? And following that, the next thing is that you actually need to kind of push the data and actions back to your product development, to your customer service, to your employee experience, and optimizing your operations. And let's take an example from a traditional industry, Starbucks. They are becoming a digital company. And why is that? They are, first of all, they are connecting the coffee bean, kind of where it's from, who, kind of which farmer actually produced it, how it's been roasted, what was the way, all the way to the cup. So basically they have blockchain solution for collecting that data, for, again, optimizing operations in that sense. The second thing is that kind of when they collect data from all the coffee machines, they are able to optimize the operations and also give guidance for the employees and create new products. Then they have, of course, the information about the, how the customers are utilizing their products and kind of which products they are buying in which area, how does the weather condition actually affect the buying decision. And based on that, they are able to recommend new kind of coffees and drinks for the, to their customers. And then the next thing is that following that, they are able to develop new kind of recipes. And with the IoT-enabled devices, the coffee machines, they are able to push the recipes actually directly into the coffee machines. Previously, it took months to kind of get it rolled out, new recipe into the machines. Now they can do it with a click of a button. But that's an example of how do you actually kind of connect all the different areas together. But then again, if we think about data and AI, I strongly believe that actually trust and human centricity will be the key. And now I would like to demonstrate to you what can AI do. So AI is kind of big buzzword, but actually the capabilities of the AI are extremely good already. So I would like to ask you to close your eyes. Think about a situation where you have just lost your sight and you realize that you are not able to see anymore ever again. How would that feel? What would you miss? Now you can open your eyes.
I'm Saqib Sheikh. I lost my sight when I was 7, and shortly after that I went to a school for the blind, and that's where I was introduced to talking computers, and that really opened up a whole new world of opportunities. I joined Microsoft 10 years ago as a software engineer. I love making things which improve people's lives. And one of the things I've always dreamt of since I was at university was this idea of something that could tell you at any moment what's going on around you.
I think it's a man jumping in the air doing a trick on a skateboard.
I teamed up with like-minded engineers to make an app which lets you know who and what is around you. It's based on top of the Microsoft Intelligence APIs, which makes it so much easier to make this kind of thing. The app runs on smartphones, but also on the Pivot Head smart glasses. When you're talking to a bigger group, sometimes you can talk and there's no response, and you think, is everyone listening really well, or are they half asleep? And you never know.
I see two faces, 40-year-old man with a beard looking surprised, 20-year-old woman looking happy.
The app can describe the general age and gender of the people around me and what their emotions are, which is incredible. One of the things that's most useful about the app is the ability to read out text.
Hello, good afternoon. Here's your menu.
Great, thank you. I can use the app on my phone to take a picture of the menu, and it's going to guide me on how to take that correct photo.
Move camera to the bottom right and away from the document.
And then it'll recognize the text. Read me the headings.
I see appetizers, salads, paninis, pizzas, pastas.
Years ago, this was science fiction. I never thought it would be something that you could actually do. But artificial intelligence is improving at an ever faster rate. And I'm really excited to see where we can take this. As engineers, we're always standing on the shoulders of giants, building on top of what went before. And in this case, we've taken years of research from Microsoft Research to pull this off.
I think it's a young girl throwing an orange frisbee in the park.
For me, it's about taking that far-off dream and building it one step at a time. I think this is just the beginning.
So this is an example what technology can do, and some might argue that this is some science fiction that's going to happen someday. This has been available now for 2 years. It's free of charge. You can download it to your iPhones. It's called Seeing AI, and that is able to actually help blind to operate in a society. So actually, AI is going to solve many of the most pressing issues in the world that Mikko was talking about previously. But in order to do that, we need to put the humans to the center and make sure that we are doing ethically right things with the technology and with data and AI. We did a study in most Western European countries 6 months ago or so, and there was a questionnaire around kind of how is the AI adoption going on in different countries. And it was interesting that in Finland, we are actually, when it comes to artificial intelligence, we are one of the leaders in Western Europe in actually testing and piloting AI. But when it comes to truly kind of putting it into production and providing value for the customers and having humans at the center, the emotional intelligence, that's something where we are way behind. So basically it's still seen as a kind of operational, technological innovation, but actually it is all about empowering every person. And I would actually, I consider AI, it's kind of, in the society it's very easily that it's very scary, it will take the jobs and it is going to kind of rule the world going forward. I would actually argue that artificial intelligence should be called augmented intelligence. It should be called human-centric augmented intelligence, which is able to empower us to achieve more. But when you think about kind of putting AI solutions and utilizing data in your business, always put people to the center and make sure that it's ethically sound what you're doing. Then in Finland, we've been, of course, thinking a lot also, how can we utilize AI for making good for the society? Last August, I attended Tubecon with the kids. They wanted to go there, and I thought maybe I'll learn something new about YouTube world as well. And there was good panel discussion around cyberbullying. And actually, kind of I started thinking that effectively the technology that we have in our hand about speech recognition, text recognition, picture recognition, we are able to actually identify what is cyberbullying, what is unethical behavior, what is hate speech in the internet. Then the question is, of course, about what is okay from the data privacy and freedom of speech and network neutrality point of view and so on. But I believe that actually we can build solutions for that part as well in Finland and then scale it out worldwide. So following that, we partnered with the National Association for Teachers, with Mannerheimin Lastensuojeluliitto, with many others, a couple of companies, Elisa and IF and so on, to see what we could do. And last week we launched a thing called Empatia-pakkaus. So in Finland, äitiyspakkaus has been a big thing, the maternity pack. And so we decided that actually we will provide platform for the society to prevent cyberbullying, to prevent hate speech, utilizing AI, utilizing technology, and also teaching the kids and parents as well, and teachers. So I would encourage all of you to join the movement. So give your ideas. So during the May, we are collecting ideas from the society about what can be done with technology, and then following that we will develop solutions within Microsoft, but also with hackathons and so on, so that we are able to actually solve the issue and bring solutions. So instead of thinking humans versus machine or technology, I think we should actually focus on human capabilities. Technology can kind of take any job going forward, which you can model. But we as humans, we have unique power, which is the kind of social skills, empathy, emotional intelligence. And I would argue that going forward, actually, the education system should move more from the IQ-based approach, where all of us has been kind of raised, more towards emotional intelligence approach, and then it's continuous learning for the whole lifetime. So it won't be like you're graduating from the university and then work for 40 years. You will have several careers, but all that is kind of unique will actually be the kind of ability to learn, the curiosity, as Mikko was saying, and then the kind of human capabilities. And in order to do all of this, you need to have the data. You need to collect the data, and we are embracing open standards, open data. Now we luckily have SAP and Adobe and many others also opening up their interfaces together. So basically we are able to collect data from different sources, also from the kind of traditionally block systems. So everybody is seeing the value of data and kind of what AI can do with the data. So with that, I would like to wish you a very productive day. I hope you get new ideas and new friends. So with that, thank you very much.
That was a wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
It's the soft side
Yeah.
of Microsoft. My God, it's beautiful. Wasn't that nice? And I think that your new CEO has definitely brought this atop of the agenda, and it makes for wonderful new applications. I'm going to go. That's the way you made us shut our eyes and think about what a life would be without sight and seeing AI. I'm going to go and download that in Empatia Pakkaus. A great initiative indeed. There would be an opportunity to use the catch box. We have some time. Any questions out there? Anybody else want to? Oh, yes. All right. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Good catch. Tell us who you are, please.
My name is Edgar. I'm from Latvia, and company named F9 Distribution. So the question is, it was very interesting that you said with big confidence that every business will be digital. And what time frame, of course. And this additional is, what about teaching? For example, kids, will we be confident to give that important thing to computers? And how it will change our kids?
Yeah, so the question was how the technology will change teaching.
Yeah, in education, yeah.
Education of kids. Will be able to trust it to computers.
Yeah.
Good one. Thank you.
So I believe that technology will change education system. There's a lot of, if you think about the all kind of MOOCs that are available around kind of learning new things, getting the understanding and knowledge from the web-based courses and kind of mobile-based learning experiences, I believe that will be a big thing, and it is already. Then the question, if you relate it back to the kind of human centricity and emotional intelligence, that is the tougher part, actually. And but at the same time, I believe that there's a lot that we can do. And one example of kind of is that last week we arranged a event in one school in Helsinki, where actually the kids were teaching chatbot about empathy and emotional intelligence, how to prevent cyberbullying. So I believe that actually it is not just kind of you learn something from the technology, but actually you can utilize technology to learn together.
That's great. How about we thank Jussi for his great presentation once again and for his participation in this event. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.